Hello fellow makeup lovers, how are you guys doing today? I'm super excited for this video because we're going to be talking about all of my October favorites. We've got some makeup, some beauty, one sweater I have to throw in, and I don't know, I feel like I used to, like in the past, because I've had my channel for a long time, not been that consistent with favorites videos, but recently, this past year or so, I feel like I've just been looking forward to them more and more and more. And this month, I just feel like I have some really good things to share with you. I try not to include a ton of new products. I have one really new thing that I'll like include as an honorable mention at the end. But overall, a lot of this stuff came out like last year, months and months ago. I try to do favorites that I can truly recommend, so let's just jump on in. I don't know why I'm suddenly overwhelmed on what to start with, so I'm just gonna grab as I go, and this is in no particular order. So the first thing is the Alamar Colorete Blush Trio in the shade Fair Light. I love Alamar's blushes. I just feel like the formula is perfect. They blend super easy. They are pigmented without being too pigmented to where I feel like I go like immediately to clown cheeks, but they also have enough pigment where I don't have to sit and build them up. I just feel like they're like just the ideal blush formula, at least as far as my personal preferences go, and for powder blushes. But recently I have been obsessed with this shade Romantica. I mean, you can see I hit pan on it, and you can see the pan a little bit better than the last time I talked about this blush, because I did like a panning progress type of video, and it's not that I was trying to hit pan on this, I've just been loving it so much. It's like the perfect warm neutral shade. I mean, it looks so light on my finger right there, but it has some like orangey peachy warmth to it, but mostly, I mean, I feel like that doesn't even show how beautiful it is on the cheeks, but it just adds some color without being too much. I feel like it goes with so many different looks. I don't have it on today because I actually don't have any blush on today, just because it didn't really go with the vibe of the look that I felt like I was doing, which I do have a tutorial live for this look on my Patreon, but I just love this blush shade. It's funny. I guess blush can be like that sometimes, where you swatch it out and it doesn't really do anything, but then on your cheeks it's just magical. So that has definitely been a favorite that I've been continuously going back to. I do really like the other shades in here. Apricot Aura is such a beautiful, like slightly sheeny orangey blush, and then Corazon de Melon is a beautiful kind of watermelon pink shade. So they're both, I mean, they're all nice. And I have the medium one, and I really like the shades in that as well, but this one has just been my go-to. Okay, so another face product that I've been reaching for a ton recently is the Natasha Denona Super Glow in the shade Fair. I feel like this highlighter definitely had its moment like a year and a half ago when it first came out. So many people loved it, and I don't really hear people talk about it that much anymore, but I'm here to say that it is still an amazing highlighter. So the story is that I actually had this, I hit pan in it, I was using it so much and I lost it, and I decided to repurchase it. I want to say it might have been like almost a year ago at this point. Am I right? Or maybe I didn't buy it during that one. Maybe it was about 6 months ago at this point. I can't remember, but I bought it during a Sephora sale because I missed it. And I just love this because I feel like it's a powder highlight, but it has so much creaminess to it that so many times I'll just use my finger and use that product, and I'll just dab it on, even though it is a powder highlight, and it still just blends in so beautiful, whether you've got powder products on your cheeks, if you've got cream products on your cheeks. And I just feel like it's like the perfect slightly golden highlighter shade. I'll swatch it out right here. Again, it doesn't look like anything special on the hand, but I feel like on the cheeks it just gives that really beautiful kind of wet look. I just really like the shade for any time that I have more of a warm look or more of a neutral look. I think it looks really nice. I love using it on the inner corner as well. So it's just been a go-to. I've been using it in a lot of tutorials between Patreon and using it a lot in my just everyday life. So that's been a favorite. So let's take a break from face products because we have a few more to talk about, and we'll just throw in an eyeliner really quick. This is the Nabla Cupid's Arrow number 3 liner, and I just love this. I feel like it is such just like the perfect burgundy shade. Anytime I have a burgundy purple, or sorry, a burgundy look, a wine look, a plum look, a purple look, like I just feel like this is just so pretty on the waterline. I can't help but reach for it. So here's what it looks like. It's definitely like a thicker pencil, but the shade is like the perfect deep burgundy, and it lasts really well. It's just super, super pigmented. It's super creamy, so it's very comfortable to put in my waterline. That's the way that I use it. I suppose you could use it all over your lid as like some type of base, but I've never tried it like that. I just use it as eyeliner, and I absolutely love it. I'm honestly obsessed. There is a ColourPop liner that's very similar, and I don't know why I can't remember the name right now, but it's no longer available. And this one is definitely just way creamier and just more pigmented. It just looks that much richer. So I would definitely recommend this eyeliner if you're looking for something that just adds a little something extra to your makeup looks. I feel like even if you do a ton of neutral looks and you just want like a very like wearable little like pop, that this would be a nice accent to the waterline. I just think it looks so pretty. I also have a brush to mention, which is pretty new, and it seems kind of silly to talk about it because it's not even available unless it's in a set right now, and the set is sold out. But this is me begging BK Beauty to make this brush a single. So this is the BK Beauty and Angie and Hot and Flashy. Angie from Hot and Flashy. I feel like I always mess that up because there's so many ands happening there. But this is the A506, and it is such a good concealer brush. It's just super, super soft. I really like the shape of it. I feel like it gets right in there and it just blends out really nicely, and kind of, there's like, it keeps the coverage, but it also just looks so seamless. Since this is not available, the closest thing that I could think to compare it to is the Anissa Beauty concealer brush, but that one is a little bit more dense and this one's a little bit softer, and I feel like they give slightly different looks, but they're both amazing concealer brushes. If you're looking for an alternative, I'll link that one down below. But I just love this concealer brush. I do like the entire brush set, and I've been testing it out, and I'm sure I'll include it in a video at some point, but I would say that this brush is the standout brush to me, so I really hope it comes available as a single. It's so good. I don't know what it is about finding a really good concealer brush. It just like brings me so much joy. Okay, so next let's just take a moment for a fragrance. I don't really talk about perfumes that much, but I've talked about this before in a haul, and I just thought I would throw it in again because it has continuously been a favorite for me. I highly recommend it if you like the notes of this perfume, or if you're looking for a perfume gift and you know somebody who likes more like a florally, sweet, feminine type of perfume. This is just so good. The perfume that I'm speaking of is the Ariana Grande God is a Woman perfume. I bought this as a blind buy, and I've never been happier in my life. I feel like it just smells so good. It's perfectly up my alley for what I like from perfume. The notes are just everything. They're actually very similar to Twinkling Nights from Bath and Body Works, which that body wash with this perfume is a killer combination, but I just love this. I think it smells so good. I'm not gonna sit here and try to describe it more because it's not easy to describe perfumes, but if you ever are in Ulta and you have the chance, or you see it as a sample, I would definitely recommend trying it out. And I feel like the thing is not just that I love it, but also that I get a lot of compliments when I'm wearing this, like, oh, that smells so good, you smell so good, what are you wearing, kind of thing. So it's just top tier for me. So let's jump back into some more face palettes. I have been obsessed with these little ColourPop face palettes. They are so good. So first of all, we can talk about the Extra Glaze palette, which I've already mentioned in multiple favorites videos. I just adore this palette because I feel like the blush formula is so good. It just blends so easy. It's definitely more of a buildable formula, but this shade right here, like, I am constantly using and mixing with the other shades. And then this highlighter is just so, so pretty. I love using it on my inner corner when I'm doing like a very neutral look. Like, a lot of times I'll use the ColourPop Going Coconuts palette through my crease, and then I'll just throw this all over the lid for something very simple. Or I use it as highlighter as well. As you can see, it's very loved. I'm sure I'll hit pan on it any day now, but I've just been obsessed with this. I love the coloring here, and I love the formula, which led me to purchase more of them. And I think that my second favorite is definitely Just a Flush. This one, I do really like the highlighter. It's very sparkly, very pretty for the inner corner. I like it more on the inner corner than on the face. There's a bronzer, which again works nice, but what I'm really here for is the mauve blushes in this palette. I feel like they are the most perfect mauves that I've ever used for my skin tone. I feel like there's been a lot of blushes that I've used over the years that have been like described as mauve, and they just normally I feel pull very pink on me, but these I feel like they stick to their true tone. And just anytime I've been wanting to wear like more of a purple or a plum eyeshadow look, I have been reaching for these two blushes. Sometimes I'll use one or the other, sometimes I'll mix them together, just depending on how I'm feeling. Or sometimes like I'll kind of do the darker one in the back and then the lighter one in the front and use both blushes that way. But I've just been reaching for this a ton because I've been loving purple looks a ton also. And I think what I love about them too is I just feel like ColourPop's blushes have like this like sheeniness to them. I don't know, that I feel like you can barely even see how pretty they are there, but I promise they're so pretty. So an eyeshadow palette that I wanted to go ahead and mention, and hopefully this is not like causing anyone FOMO, but I just thought I would talk about it because it has been a favorite. I've been reaching back into it more because of fall and just loving these tones. So that is going to be the Natasha No Gold palette. I mean, it has been a long-term favorite for me, to be honest, but I've just been reaching for a ton this month and just remembering why I love it so much. I feel like all of the shadows in here are such high quality, and I can go so simple, I can go so fun. I actually did a look the other day, very Hannah Louise Poston inspired, and I went crazy with this shade here. I don't know that it was my style per se, but it got me out of my comfort zone a little bit. I was like, let me try something different. But even just like this look, very satiny shade is one of my favorite satins. I feel like it's such a pretty brown neutral shade, and I don't know, everything that I've been doing with this palette I've been loving. I was actually tempted to use it again today, but I was like, let me chill out, let me do a little something different. So yeah, that's been a favorite. I was kind of thinking back to a long time ago. I did a duping this palette with singles, and then I never filmed it, but I know that I have all the shadows in my singles collection somewhere. And because it was discontinued, I was like, maybe I should do that now, even though it's so late to the game. So I thought I would just throw this in here real quick. If you guys would like to see me dupe this with single shadows, do like a single shadow video and then do like a palette video, like just palettes that are the same vibe as this, so you're not feeling maybe that FOMO as much since it's been discontinued, let me know if you'd like to see something like that, because I was considering it, but I don't want to waste my time if it's not a valuable video for y'all. So yeah, that's been a favorite. I also have some lip products here. So one that I've been loving is the Lisa Eldridge Velvet. Oh wait, no, this is, I keep wanting to say that. I want to call all of her lip products Velvet because it's just habit, but this is just the Affair lip gloss. And I just feel like this is the perfect shade for fall. It just has like that really pretty kind of pinky brown mid-tone nude thing going on. I also really love Velvet Affair, the lipstick, but I feel like I haven't reached for that enough to call it a favorite for October. It's more just been like using it a little bit here and there, but it does give that like brown fall nude lip moment. But anyways, the lip gloss I've been reaching for a ton. I've just been loving lip gloss constantly. That's been my go-to for most days. So wanted to include that as a favorite. And then this is not a lip gloss, but it is a lipstick with a very, very, very shiny, satiny finish. This is the Linda Hallberg Famous lipstick, and I actually forgot about this. I bought it a while ago, and I forgot what a cool shade this is. I pulled it back out, I want to say in my video for Ace Beauté, or not for Ace Beauté because I didn't film it for them, but it was about their products. So I pulled this back out, and I forgot how much I love it. It's such a beautiful kind of light grungy brown nude, but also because it's like so satiny and just like not overly pigmented, I feel like it has a very easy vibe to it as well. So that has been another favorite. I also wanted to go ahead and mention a lotion. I don't know how much you guys care about this, so I'm gonna keep it short and sweet, but this is the Victoria's Secret Coconut Milk and Rose. This smells so good. I mean, it's really nice formula wise, very moisturizing, feels good on your skin. I mean, I feel like especially with the winter months coming up and me having dry skin, I always do a layer of lotion after I get out of the shower. But I've been using this all summer long. I purchased one a few months ago, and this is what that one is. It's completely empty. I used it up and I just really, really loved it. So Victoria's Secret had like a buy two get two free deal, and I went ahead and picked up two, like a replacement and then a backup of this as well, and then the shower gel and the body spray, just because I love this scent so much. So I just thought I'd throw it in as a favorite because I've been obsessed. It smells like slightly florally, but it's a pretty like airy florally scent. Like, I don't know if that makes sense. Maybe that's not the right word, but it's not heavy. It's not heavy. That's what I'm trying to say. So really, really loving this. I think it smells so good. And I'm the person who loves rose scented perfumes. That's like one of my favorite go-tos. So I feel like this pairs really nicely with a lot of perfumes that I wear. So before we do the honorable mention, I'll just throw in this sweater as well that I just wanted to talk about because I think it is so, so cute. If it's still available, I will link it. But this is from H&M and it's just a pink sweater cardigan. And I don't know what it is. If you like really girly pastel, pinky purple vibes for your clothing, I would recommend this sweater. They have it in a few different colors. They have it in blue and purple. Well, the purple is slightly different. It's like a different material, but it's a very similar look. I bought the purple one too, but I've been loving this. I feel like it just goes with so many cute outfits. I have some Converse that are like lavender and then they have like a pink stripe. So I feel like this cardigan and those Converse, it's a whole vibe. I've been getting compliments whenever I wear it. I wore it when I saw Harry Styles this month, and I just think it's such like a standout sweater because of the color. It's not very like fall. I don't see it and think of fall, but it's warm, and I just think it's like a fun, girly twist. So yeah, I just wanted to include it. I've been loving a pastel sweater moment, and that's been a favorite for like pairing with a lot of things, even if you just do like a black tank top underneath. It's cute immediately. And then last but not least, the new product I just wanted to throw in real quick, even though I'm going to keep testing it out, going to keep playing with it, and I will update you guys in the future. The ColourPop Or Kid You Not. I have been obsessed with the mattes in here. The shimmers are nice, don't get me wrong. They're decent quality, but the mattes in this palette are some of the best mattes I've tried from ColourPop. I feel like they are so rich, so pigmented, so easy to blend. Like, this palette has me doing things I never do, which is even in a first impression, I pulled into this palette to get the look more to what I wanted it to be because I'm like, these are so good. How could I not reach into them when what I'm using isn't giving me what it's supposed to give? So I just wanted to include it really quickly because it is honestly such a good palette from ColourPop. I have no regrets about purchasing it at all. Fully worth the $14 that I paid for it. I definitely said it was $12 like 5 times in my video, and then when I went to link it, I was like, wait, this palette was $14. When did ColourPop raise their prices? Because I feel like all their palettes used to be $12. All right, y'all, so those are my October favorites. I hope you enjoyed this video. I'd love to know what you've been loving this past month. Feel free to leave your thoughts down below, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.